Maranatha ball in front of the student section as Schrader will throw it in. Lucas Prado helped off the floor, but by the end of his exit, he was able to exit by himself. So that is good news, but it appears he was favoring his left ankle. His right appears to be injured from all different evidence. Now a 3 ball. This one coming from Casper will be good. And Maranatha able to take advantage of the absence of Lucas Prado's defense. Now Trey Chambers, bounce pass underneath, received by Declan Schaaf, but not without some pressure. Now Baruch Dietz, pump fakes the 3, drives through, and a whistle will be called on the floor.
Chasing might be number 4 on Inglesby.
And he's saying, pull me, I have 4. No points for him and 4 fouls. He heads to the bench, realizing that he might be done for quite a while. Coming in for him is Pembroke Shaver, the sophomore. The 5 on the floor for the Chargers: Baruch Dietz, Declan Schaaf, Landon Pittman, Trey Chambers, and Spencer Cook. Now the student section asking to back up a little bit, realizing that they are definitely a factor in this game. Probably just encourages them even more. Baruch Dietz, inbounds pass. Landon Pittman loses the ball. Now a 1-on-2. Schmale will lose it off the back foot. And it's going to be Dean driving through the lane. Too much on that. Ball goes up. Lots of green jerseys. It's going to be Schrader who ends up with it, but he'll eventually lose it. Now Baruch Dietz moving the other way. Pulls up for the 3, and he will miss. Landon Pittman, though, had a hand on it. It's going to bounce out. Dean will give it up to Shaver. Shaver picks up his dribble. Bounce passes underneath to Dean. Dean guarded by Pittman, and Pittman will block him, but a whistle will be called. Now the whistle was called from the referee who is not on the baseline. What is the meaning of that? He just had a better angle?
You know, sometimes they think they have a better angle. That's one of those situations where if you're the official down underneath, if you're going to let that go, he probably had a reason for it. But those guys look like they have worked together, so I'm sure somebody saw something and they easily gave way to the other.
Headed to the line is Daniel Dean, the senior for Maranatha. His first free throw will miss to the right.
You know, Josiah, it's interesting. You look at Maranatha, and it doesn't look like they're really running an offense. I think it might be frustration, it might be personnel, but it just looks like they're just kind of going, everybody individually on their own, and if somebody has a shot, they take it. I really like HCA's discipline on offense, especially when they don't have a look when they're driving down the court. They just pull it out, and they run their offense out. That's good discipline.
Chambers gives it back to Dietz as HCA gets ready for offense. Now Spencer Cook, another 3, and a trifecta from Spencer Cook. His third 3 of the night falls, and HCA continues their dominance offensively. Now the ball goes out of bounds, almost unprovoked. Ryder Casper sends it out of bounds. That's HCA ball. 4:57 remaining in this third quarter. HCA just a point away from hitting that 50-point or eclipsing that 50-point mark. Now Spencer Cook with another one. Keep it rolling for Spencer Cook, the 4th of the night. And the second back-to-back possessions with a Spencer Cook 3. He's starting to feel himself.
Yeah, rhythm shooter. He is definitely in the rhythm.
Trey Chambers guarded closely as the ball will be knocked away. Baruch Dietz had a hand on it for a second, but it's going to be picked up and scored with Pembroke Shaver grabbing his first basket coming here in the second half. Now Trey Chambers. Who is he looking for as Baruch Dietz now gives it back to Trey Chambers. Corner 3 misses. Spencer Cook hits the ground hard, able to get up by himself. Now it's a 5-on-4 for the Eagles. Auden Schmale thinks about a 3 instead, hands it off to Schrader. Long 3 misses, and Baruch Dietz tries to grab it. He was held from behind, but they're going to call it MCA ball.
Yeah, I think they called a foul here. You know what's interesting in a game like this, as an official, when there's such a distance in the margin, a lot of times you have a tendency to swallow the whistle. They didn't there, but I think it'll be interesting to watch the next few minutes of this third quarter to just see if they end up swallowing their whistle because of the distance of between the two teams.
52-22, 30-point lead for the Chargers. Inbounds pass will come from number 15, Brock Nelson, the junior from Maranatha, right under the basket. He's looking for the bounce pass, and he'll get it to Schrader. Schrader immediately double team, still able to go up over Miles Burley and grab his second basket of the second half.
Yeah, you got Chambers on Schrader, definitely a size mismatch there.
Dietz to the lane, kicks it out. Can he do it again? Yes, he can! Spencer Cook on absolute fire right now from the three-point line. Going the other way, Maranatha. A 3 coming from Shaver. That rims out. Rebound off the backboard, and it's good for Luke Schrader. He's on a roll right now, but nobody's on more of a roll than Spencer Cook, as Baruch Dietz will float it in and out of the basket. And it's going to be an MCA ball after finally getting a basket without a possession without a Spencer Cook three. Now going up. Basket misses. Cook with the rebound. Trey Chambers got Schrader to beat. He waits patiently and gets the basket. Chambers with all the maturity in the world, even though he is a freshman.
That's exactly the word that I was thinking of. That was such a mature finish right there.
Daniel Dean loses the ball for a moment, picks it back up. Trey Chambers steals it away, but it ends up in the hands of Auden Schmale. Schmale floats it underneath, and a great dish there to Brock Nelson as he floated it under. And it's going to be his first bucket. Trey Chambers, bounce pass kicked away, but Baruch Dietz saves it right before it goes out of bounds. Now to Declan Schaaf at the free throw line. Spins around, and an offensive foul will be called as Schrader hits the ground. And that's going to be on Declan Schaaf, who flew into him on the spin move.
You know what's interesting there is we talked about this in the first quarter, that Schrader was getting frustrated. He was almost flopping a couple times. That was clearly a flop.
It's going to be Owen Schmale, who picks up his dribble early. Trey Chambers now like, I'll grab it, and Miles Burley will come in, pick it off, bounce pass underneath, Baruch Dietz off the glass, it's good.
Great
What a sequence.
Selfless play right there by Burley. I love seeing that.
MCA going to their way. It's going to be a missed bucket for Pembroke Shaver. Baruch Dietz got one man to beat. It's Dean. He goes with the left hand, throws it up. No good. Offensive rebound. Also no good from Miles Burley as he tried to go back up. And Spencer Cook's going to grab the steal, just put his hands in the air, and it ended up in his basket. Trey Chambers, bounce pass underneath. Declan Schaaf drives in. He's going to look to go off the basket, and it won't fall in as Schrader will grab the rebound. 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter. It's going to be Nelson kicking it out. Three ball. Schrader. No good. Excuse me, that was Shaver. And Miles Burley trying to grab it. This is getting aggressive as people are flying all over the ground. And unfortunately, it feels like some of these are premeditated and a few of these are flops.
Yeah, you got to see that the officials, they recognize things are kind of getting out of hand right here. And I think Coach Vincent's going to call a timeout. He wants to be able to get the teams to be able to go to the bench. It'd be interesting to see if the officials talk to each other. Things are getting out of hand here. There's a lot of pushing and shoving, especially off ball. And that's where officials need to make sure that things don't get out of hand.
We're going to take a full timeout alongside head coach Steven Benson. The Chargers lead by a wide margin of 59-28, but starting to get chippy. We'll see what happens when we return for the final minute 50 of action in this third quarter. 59-28, Chargers on top.